Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons. Today, I have for you, we're going to have, I already did the broccoli, mashed potato, cheddar, cheese stuffed potatoes. That's sitting over to the side because that's not a part of the show. I already sauteed the Filet Mignon. All this is going to be grilled and everything is going to work, but that is not a part of the show. But what a part of the show is the Teriyaki Salmon Bites. So, and I'm going to grill that up here in front of everybody, so we'll see that. And I'm going to do the crab meat stuffed biscuits. We're going to do that. But first, I want to introduce my audience to my three of the favorite people in the world right now. You guys are here. Everything is about to be popping. So we'll start off with, I'm going to call her Miss Grimes. Okay. But I'm not even going to do it like that. I'm not just going to say you guys introduce yourself like that, because that's not how I prepared it. Okay. How I prepared it is for, the question was going to be, what motivates you to put your feet on the floor in the morning when you wake up? We're going to start off with Miss Grimes, but she said I can call you
Ellen.
Ellen. But see, when she introduces herself and tell you what she's about and what she's into, you'll understand why I say Miss Grimes. Because that's when I'm talking to her during the day, I'm not saying Ellen. Hey, Ellen. No, I'm saying Mrs. Grimes. So, but I'm sure that'll be part of her introduction. Please introduce yourself.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. Hi. I am Ellen, known to Reggie as Miss Grimes. I am an educator, have been so for the last 30 years. I have worked in Camden, Gloucester Township, and currently I am in Woodbury's elementary school. I absolutely love what I do, and when I say I love it, I really, really love it. What motivates me to put my feet on the floor every morning is the opportunity to be able to serve. I believe I have everything I need. I have all the love, I have all the joy, and peace is, I have access to peace whenever it is that I want it. And so what motivates me is knowing that it is not the material things that causes me to live a good life. It is love, joy, and peace, which causes me to have an abundant life.
Yes. That is Ellen, everybody.
Yes.
Good morning, Ellen.
Good morning.
Ellen. That was powerful. I think she needs theme music.
Yes. And you know what? That's why I had this panel here that I had this morning. I know that all three of these folks were going to be able to offer something to us to hear. You hear me? They was going to offer us something to hear. So, please, my brother.
Good evening, good morning, whatever time you're looking at this. Hello, my name is Kawanza Wilson. You can just call me Kawan. What motivates me to put my feet on the ground is the simple fact that everything that I came from, God first. The simple fact that, He birthed me in the city of Camden, New Jersey, under the family that I'm part of. And then it's just the perfect timing. I like to call myself a creator. And I also like to say that I'm a part of the Camden Millennial Renaissance, because I feel like everybody in my generation is adding something to the city, bringing more light and illuminating the city. So once again, I'm a content creator. I do podcasting, I do sketch comedy, screenplay writing, something else that I have in mind. I'm actually going to the school for massage therapy as a little setback that I had, just to keep me stable. But for the most part, is just putting my city on the forefront. I really love Camden, I really do, and I want it to be a major network one day, like a New York, like a Philly, like a LA, and just funnel all the talent that's coming out of here.
To me, Camden, the history of Camden, as it was as big as you're saying, because it's the hub, it's the county hub anyway. But one of the reasons to me the city isn't where it wants to be right now is because to me, instead of the people that are running things, their vision is this way, which is from East Camden, North Camden, South Camden, Centerville, Pollock Town, when really I think their vision should be this way. Because Philadelphia, when you look over the river, because all you have to do is look across the river, you see Philadelphia, and you look at Philadelphia like this. Because of the skyline, because of the businesses that are brought into Philadelphia, because they're constantly building up. That term? They're building up. They're building up instead of just saying Centerville is over there, Parkside is over there. But and they're into the community groups, but they're not, to me, they're not helping the community groups rise. Like this young woman sitting next to me, right there, get ready to introduce herself, Wawa. Of course, I know Wawa. She's been doing her thing a long time. And if they helped, like you envision, because you'll get your chance to be in charge.
That's right.
Then her vision can go up.
Yeah.
It can go up. The city can go up. Because it ain't like she hasn't gotten exposure, national exposure. But what have they done to enhance the national exposure that she got that represents the city of Camden? Somebody got to open their eyes.
Yeah.
You introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Great day. My name is Tawanda Jones. The city calls me Miss Wawa. I'm the founder of the Camden Sophisticated Sisters drill team, the Mass Melanin Marketplace, which birthed during COVID, and also True Blue Warming Station, where I became an advocate for the less fortunate. What makes me put my feet down on the ground in the morning? Well, first I have to say, when God wakes us up, He's giving us another chance to get it right. Definitely motivated by purpose. My family definitely keeps me going, but I have to say also, as well as the children of the city of Camden particularly, I love that city. Serving it is really all I knew how to do. You know, how can we get to the point of less struggle? How can we get to the point of loving on one another? So that is my main mission every single day, every waking moment. So thank you for having me.
See, what an introduction, what an introduction. Now, so we know something about our people, and they're expressing, you know, their different ways they come in. So now I'm going to give you the ingredients for this Teriyaki Salmon Bites. Because the Teriyaki Salmon Bites have to marinate, I'm going to put the marinade together first. And this consists of, the marinade sauce is a half a cup of soy sauce, half a lemon juice, half a teaspoon, half a tablespoon, 1 ounce of ginger chopped, 1 red chili pepper sliced, 4 cloves garlic minced, and 1 pinch of sea salt. Boom. Here we go.
All right now.
With the soy sauce. Now, again, my folks that don't know, this is the first time that I'm doing this. So you are doing this with me for the first time. Yes. So I'm going to I have the soy sauce in there, and it says and we always cooking for flavor.
Yes.
So there's the lemon juice, and here's the ginger, the red chili peppers, and the garlic. Oh, and then we have to do a pinch of sea salt. Pinch of sea salt. So, bam, bam, bam. OMG. Look, can you smell it?
I can smell it.
Can you smell
I
it?
can smell it.
Yes, yes. So I love that part. Red salmon. Okay, now, let me pull this out for everybody to see. Oh yeah. Yes. So I'm going to cut these. I'm gonna cut this like this, right? And then I'm gonna cut it into cubes like this. I'm gonna cut it like this. I'm gonna cut it again. You see? Now, while I'm cutting this, I got another question to throw at you guys. Something. Okay. There, of course, I was researching different cultural things that we could talk about, and of course, everybody here, of course, brings this diversity of their age here. That's why I'm glad you're here, buddy.
Demographic.
Yes, a demographic. Yes. So, tell me, Quan, what do you feel, or if you feel, what is the ups or the downs about young folks, young people?
The ups or the downs?
The ups and the downs. I want to hear both perspectives. Which ways do you see both sides, the good and the bad? And please, do you have something that you can say about the good and the bad? Something with a solution. Let's say it like that.
I'm gonna start off with the bad first.
Okay.
The bad with my age group is that everything, and this is why I just said it not so long ago, everything is microwave. They want microwave success, they want microwave results, and they don't really want to go through the process of things. And as well as not really understanding the lessons behind, learning how to fail or learning how to try. The good, I feel like I got more to say about that, but it's not coming to mind at the moment.
Okay.
As far as the good, we are the change in the world right now because of just the advanced technology, how we're just being more socially aware of what's going on in the world, things like that. As far as like the LGBT community, the xenophobias and things like that, racism is being more aware. And because of the social media platforms and just how kids can utilize it these days, it's just amazing how we can just receive a piece of information like that. Whereas,
what do you think about voting?
Now it's like, does it really matter?
Oh, I'm asking.
And
you.
I'm saying that. No, I'm saying that because now we voted in the last election. We gave them all the tools and all the opportunities to do what they need to do to help us, and we put all the Democrats and everybody that we need to put them in the right position, but they're not playing their part. So why should we continue playing our part? I'm talking real spicy right now, but I'm just being honest though.
You are, and I'm giving you my honest reaction. Yeah.
So
that's okay.
Why should we play our part if they're not even helping? I mean, it's like each one teach one, right? Communication works both ways. A two-way street. Come on now. Things like that, but it's only one-sided. It's only been one-sided.
Good, because you feel like as a voter, you're doing your part because, like you said, you put them in office, and you saying you're not getting the results that you're expecting, that you're looking for.
Yeah,
I like that.
We could bridge that gap because we need you guys, and you need us,
Yeah.
And I feel you on the voting. That's why I think that you guys should continue doing what you're doing, and you guys need to be put in that place, so you can make the real change. Forget about what's not being done. Everything takes baby steps. Everything's going to take work. Everything's going to take persistence, consistency. It's not like, hey, we voted and we didn't get what we wanted and hell, we're not going to do that anymore. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep pushing. pray until something happens.
Or keep working until it happens.
I kind of forgot the question, so I'll just speak to a couple of points that I heard you say and you said. I really don't know what my take is on voting, and you know, I'm all the way in the game, and I all of my life I've been topsy-turvy about how I felt about it. I do vote, but I'm not sure, and I totally understand when you say, what's it all for?
Absolutely.
The good thing and the bad thing about millennials, I think that social media definitely is to their disadvantage because, like you said, they want things immediately. Even in my profession, when we hire them, they're not married. They have no intention of that being a life's work. If something else comes by that they feel is better or they can get more money, they don't hesitate to just leave it.
They're gone.
They're gone.
Wow, okay.
In terms of our really young kids, especially our young African American boys, you know, it's always been the family unit has always been to our disadvantage because it hasn't been together, and not taking anything away from grandmothers and moms and dads who are doing it, and they're doing it well, but there are some instances, especially with our African American boys, where their moms are coddling them to the point where you
Good
can
point.
actually see that they have no intention of manning up in the way that we know or we expect as women for them to come into, so that we can come into a stronger unit.
Good. Great. I'm glad you said all that. Now, we're going to get you guys to marinate on that. Folks, I'm going to be right back with our guests, but I'm going to set up for these crab stuffed biscuits. Because we have the salmon cut into cubes. You saw me chopping them into cubes. And we have them marinating in the sauce. So we'll be right back. Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons. Okay, we're back. We didn't go nowhere, guys. We are deep into conversation. But as you see, I set up for the stuffed crab biscuit, cheddar stuffed crab biscuits. Okay, so I'm going to set this over here because I have the Cheddar Bay biscuit mitts, Red Lobster. That's what they told me to get. And I have the crab meat, I have the paprika, I have the onion powder, the mayonnaise, the mustard, and the sleeve of cookies that I'm going to, Ritz crackers that I'm going to crush up, and I have the grated Parmesan. While I'm putting it together, one of the things that I heard, and I heard talk about, because we're talking about, you know, culture stuff, is, we're talking about how much children, how fast they know, they learn, and how much they know. Look on that chair over there, guys. I couldn't find my glasses. So comfortable. So one of the things they talk about, they say that children don't respect their elders. I think that you said that the elders are jealous. Some of the elders that you've noticed are jealous of the children, the millennials. We know how some of these children can be, because you can say, sit down, and they tell you no. Or as soon as you say, calm down, they say, why? But they don't have an answer for you when you ask them the question, why are you acting like that? They can't give you an answer. But if you ask them a question, they can say, why? Why are you asking me that? Remember when they used to say, spoil the rod, spoil the child? Now, truly, I didn't raise my children beating on them. Are the children, are they suffering from not being, you say, disciplined or whooped? Are the children suffering from not being disciplined or whooped into, because the children are not conformed. But as I spoke of in one of my other shows about reaching your full potential is not necessarily conforming to what people want you to do. Tell me something.
Well, that's a lot. That's a lot there. And so I've had the kid that would tell me no. I'd have the kid that would ask me why when I'm trying to redirect them. But I like to believe that I'm of a different breed when it comes to dealing with young people.
Okay.
Because there's always a backstory.
Oh,
now,
yes.
whether or
That
not
part.
they can articulate it or whether or not they trust you enough with it, there's always
Let me interject. Hold, please. What do you mean by saying there's a backstory?
It's always a
So what I mean is every day we wake up, all of us come with a backstory. You don't know when I walk into that building if I've gotten into an argument with someone.
Right.
You don't know what went on in my home. You don't know what I've been suffering from for a really long time. You don't know that I might be dealing with something that I'm not even quite sure that I am aware that I'm dealing with. I just know I don't feel right. I just know I'm not acting right.
Right.
Okay? And so we have a lot of young people in front of us all the time, and they come with that backstory. I think when I was in school, I saw this cartoon, and it really opened my eyes because I was a teacher who walked into the Camden City school system expecting the students before me, because they look like me, to have my same experiences and to behave in school like I was taught to behave in school. Well, that wasn't working. So I saw this cartoon, and on the cartoon you see a class full of kids, and on their chest there are signs, and it says homelessness, divorce,
Right.
the lights are out, my dad died, just like a whole lot of things. And so what that taught me is I have to get to know my students beyond the face that I see.
That's right.
And not to use their lot as a crutch, but at least it will give me some insight when I get to that point where I need to redirect them. I already know quite a bit about them, so it gives me an idea of how to approach them. And I approach each kid very, very differently.
Because each one has a different story.
So there's a kid that I can look at, like the black mama, and they're like, okay, I'm going to go to class. Then there's the kid that doesn't respond to that.
Right.
So then I have to call the kid in, and I have to do some talking and get them to a space where they can trust me, and then we can have a conversation, and then I can tell, and is it a lot of work? It is, but it's worth it
Oh, yeah.
to me,
Oh, yeah.
because
Oh, yeah.
they come to my office less.
Is it just the home that from home they're bringing this, or is why are the kids carrying
Well,
these kind of burdens?
that's the start, right? That I think the home is the start, right? And even if, let's just say there's nothing going on in the home, but our children have access to things outside of the home, and maybe through social media they've gotten a hold of something that they really are not even developmentally ready to even handle appropriately.
That needs to be a class by itself.
Right, so if they're not telling anybody, if they don't feel that they have an adult or someone that they could trust with this information that they've come across, and maybe it's making them depressed, maybe it's making them scared, whatever it's making them, if they don't deal with it, it's gonna show up somewhere else, and it might show up in that, why? I don't have to do what you tell me to do, or it might show up in a, no, I'm not doing what you want me to do. So I just think you always have to find out why. No child was born to be disrespectful.
That's right, it's taught.
So and you said, sir, because that was a question that was bubbling in here. How come it's the children are having these issues at such a young age?
Well, I would say it's a lot of what I've already just said, and you know, just because you're a parent, just because you know you're a mom or a dad, just because you're a caregiver, it doesn't make you perfect. We all know that that responsibility does not come with a pamphlet, right? So if you're not sound in yourself and you're already dealing with, you know, some things that maybe you don't know how to handle appropriately as an adult, because that does happen, and you are responsible for young people, well, then there's going to be some missteps, you know, and it's just the way that it happens. Thankfully, there are adults like you, and I'm going to include myself in there like that, and you know, that you stop and you pause when you see it, right. You know, and you feel responsible to say, in this very moment, I'm gonna give them the best that I have. That's right. Because you know, the seed is far-reaching, and sometimes, you know, we speak to young people, we will never know the positive impact that we have had on them, but it's just our responsibility to, right. You know, when you see it, you say something. If you see it, you could do something about it. You do something about it, and you know that's what our young people have. Right.
Quan, go on. Thank you for reminding me. Go on. What do you think about what she just said?
I agree with her. I agree with her 100%. 2 cents I want to add into that is just generational trauma. I was never a child who was ever beat. I think I only got beat once my whole life. And that was because that was my pure fault. I was trying to race an airplane and ran into the street and was got hit by a car. I was like 5 years old. Deserved it. Well deserved. But for other people, how do you expect a kid to respect an adult when the adult in their home is not even respecting them? They're not showing them that love. They're not showing them the intimacy. They're not, you know, giving the full nurture. I can't get the word out. But they're not really being nurtured like how they should be. So therefore, if my own mom is not telling me I love you or not saying I care for things like that, how do I expect another adult to say it? How am I supposed to believe another adult if I don't even believe my own mother? It's not, no.
Before I throw something your way, I'm going to talk about the fact that I put in this crab meat, that because we is having a cooking lesson too.
Yeah.
But of course I put the lump crab meat in there because this is going to be the part of the cheddar cheese stuffed biscuits. And I put the quarter teaspoon of paprika, the onion powder, the mayonnaise, and the mustard, and the sleeve of cookies that you see me crushing up and stuff like that, and I put the grated Parmesan in. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to take a break. We're going to come right back because to move on forward, I have to have the crab meat cooked up. So I don't need for you guys to see me cook the crab meat. I'm going to cook it, and these guys are going to be talking. I'm going to refresh their cups and things like that, and we'll be right back. Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons. Bam! We're back. We are at this stage where I cooked the little crab cakes that are going to go into the crab biscuit. So now we have to mix this biscuit. It says to mix it according to the box. And so there, bloom, and we're going to throw in some cheddar cheese, and it says 3/4 of a cup of water. I think that's 3/4 right there. So now again, so we well, it ain't. I got another box if I made it too thin, but I don't think I did it too thin. I think that we are coming right along here. Oh, and it says, I think I'm supposed to throw some Italian seasoning into this. Oh yeah, see, that is almost what we call perfect. Let me, I know I had the Italian seasoning out. And so let me sprinkle some of that in here, you know, because we're to the point where I ain't even measuring. Don't do like I'm doing that. This don't do, because we're having such a great conversation, and it's, I want, and I told my people I would only keep them but so much time, so we're doing good here. Like I said, now we got the biscuits mixed, all good, and it says that I'm supposed to use flour to put this into my ham. So, okay, again, we're having a great conversation here, and I want to give everybody a chance to interject on something that they had on their mind that they wanted to make sure they got out as they was heading this way. So we'll start with you now. Please. Can you tell us something that I'm not asking, but that you have on your mind?
Probably something I've been having on my mind every single day. I would have to say something simple, change. Change. I feel like our community lacks a lot of love. We've taken out of just loving on one another. That unconditional love that I was so used to as I was coming up. And I don't see that anymore. And I try to implement that. I do implement that every single day. And I'm just trying to figure out, strategically, how do we go back to that? I think it's to be applauded when you were saying that you were digging kind of deep with your students, noticing what were they going through that was traumatizing. So it's not just being an educator, you're so much more, and I think that's one start, but there's other areas, in churches, in churches and schools, communities. I would love to get back to that because honestly, I think that solves a lot.
Now, I have a question. Do you think there's one definitive way that can make the black community come together?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because it's hard to reach, it's hard to get everybody on the same page when you gotta go different avenues just to get somebody's attention.
I would probably have to say, and you can elaborate on this as well, I would probably say in settings like this, maybe not like this, but keep having these discussions, these are healthy discussions, and some of the, may be very difficult at times, but these are things that need to be had. How we were talking about educating our youth, at a very young age and stop waiting until they get to middle school because it's way too late. So I think these are the discussions that need to be had in different settings.
Look, y'all. It's getting there.
Oh,
it's getting there.
Ooh.
Now I put the crab meat in here in like a little cup thing, right? Now what I'm supposed to do is take some more biscuit, do my fingers like this, and put some more the biscuit dough on top of there. Now I'm gonna do it like this. Do it like this. Oh, I need some more flour in my hand because it's sticking. But I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do it like this.
Yeah.
Do it like this. I'm gonna get it all around there some kind of way.
Yes,
I'm getting there. 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 And then I spray the muffin pan with the oil. Now, just for this one, I'm tucking this bad boy in.
Yes.
Wham! That is one. That's one down. One down. Oh my goodness. So
I'm excited for you.
Ellie?
I would say one of the things that weighs heavy on my heart is the mental health of our country and globally. In my small pocket, it is evident, when I'm dealing with all of who I deal with professionally, that things aren't right.
Yes.
And it's my observation that since COVID, I think that we had a lot of people who were functioning with their mental health issues, like they were able to get up and go to work and, maintain, right? But after COVID, it just seems like, COVID and then the uprising at the White House and the knee on the neck and, just all of that, people just couldn't take it anymore, along with life happens anyway. If none of that would have happened, life continues to happen.
It would have been something.
And so,
it would have been something.
So I get very concerned about that. And, I almost walk on eggshells with people because, I always say you just never know what people are going through. So when I'm like you would say, the person's having a bad day. Well, when somebody acts crazy with me on the road and I'm driving, I'll just say they have to go to the bathroom. Because there's no other reason why you would carry on like a crazy person in the car and you don't know me unless you have to go to the bathroom or somebody's in labor, right? Okay. That just makes it make sense to me. So I just said I'm just gonna let them go ahead and get to the bathroom.
You got to see the good in everyone.
And so I love it. Just like the other day, I was out of town and I'm coming out of the grocery store and this woman, she almost hits me. So I kind of stand there because I'm in shock. So she gets out of the car and I said, you almost hit me. She said, no, I didn't. So it happened to be two men who saw the whole thing because they looked at me. He said, they were like, whoa, she almost hit you. Like she missed me by this much.
Wow.
She pulled into the parking lot very fast. So I said, well, you did. Just as calm because I know people are crazy. And then she said, well, you F off. Right? So, okay, so I had a decision to make. What do I do? She's telling me to F off. So I said, if I go back to the car and I don't say anything, I'll be mad at myself all day long. So I just repeated back to her what she said, but then I kept on going. So I said, I'm glad I was able to handle that situation calmly because clearly I said she was going in there to get her meds. She had to. How do you almost hit someone and then you get mad?
Because you don't see it.
Normally people would say, oh, I'm so sorry. Even if you don't believe it. You're like, I'm so sorry. I almost hit you. I'm really sorry. I don't think that I did.
The fact is, what you just said is how you would react. Not necessarily the way somebody else would react because...
Right. Other people would have been ugly.
Yeah. Because it's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane out there, but just for the fact that because people do stuff that they don't know they did,
or they
like
just like being disingenuous.
Right. Or because people hurt people's feelings, and sometimes they don't know they hurt their people's feelings because we say that all the time to the kids. You don't know that you did that.
So because I worry, and that's heavy on my heart and mind, our mental state. I'm able to kind of like look at a situation. It's seldom that somebody catches me off guard and I come out of pocket, and I mean it's really rare. So I'm always kind of like, okay, sorry you feel that way. Would you like to talk about it?
Folks, we are doing a great job here. The thing is, I cannot consume all these folks' time. So what I'm going to do, I am going to stick these in the oven. I set the oven at 350 and it's 5 of them. So at least they will get one. Then I'm going to go to searing the Filet Mignon. And then I'm going to put up my other skillet so that I can do the Teriyaki Salmon Bites. Because I got to plate them up. So that's what I'm going to do, folks. I'm going to cook this stuff so I can plate it up. We'll be right back. Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons. We're back. I made a mess. I'm going to, let me unplug this so that this goes off. That's off. Oh my goodness. Let me pull these out the oven. I'm pulling these out the oven so that I can sit these. They should come right up. Yes! These, excuse my fingers, guys. Bam. Bam. And bam. Now hold on, I'm gonna get y'all the fork. I'm not gonna make y'all go caveman. Alright, so that's there. That's there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I got a fork. Somewhere. But hold, let me give you two folks fork. Okay. Let me do this like this.
Look at God's work.
OMG, can you see it? Can you see it? OMG. Yes.
I can't unsee it.
I don't know what to say, guys. Y'all want some soda? Some water? This, Wawa, if you don't mind.
Beautiful.
This is your, they are plated, folks. This is food. This is the first time that I don't actually have a plate in front of me. Maybe give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. There you go, Miss Grimes. Oh, and steak knives, steak knives, steak knives, steak knives, steak knives. Do y'all need some steak sauce? Steak sauce? I think I got something. I know I got something. Steak knives, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I seen something that I had in here. This steakhouse sauce. I don't know what it is but I marinated the meat in that too. But so go ahead, you are more than welcome to get down. I'm gonna get me a plate too. They come out of there like it wasn't a problem. I just used my hands to pull mine out. Okay. So make sure that's not too hot to burn my hand. I don't want to burn my hand. Filet Mignon. Grab myself a potato. Got potato. And and the salmon bites. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't forget about that.
Again,
How could I?
I can put some ice in you guys' cups if you want some juice. I can put some ice in them.
I thought that was the air fryer. That's all.
Me too.
Oh, that's ice machine.
Thank you.
This is an ice machine. Hold on.
Thank you.
I'll give you a couple more keys. It's not limited. It's not limited. There you go. Oh man, I'm in everybody. I'm all over the okay. All right, I ain't forget you. I'm just coming back. That's all. Oh, excuse me. Okay. All right. All right. So, okay. This is where we're at. I think this is where we're at. We have the filet mignon, the broccoli stuffed, cheddar cheese stuffed potatoes, and the crab biscuits, the crab stuffed biscuits. Oh, here's this one. So, and I can grab the steak knife myself. Guys, all right. Hey, come on,
It's not
please.
bad. I'll taste it first.
Was somebody want to do what? Did you missing something?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. We ready, guys?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I need to move my chair a little bit.
Yes, let's get down. Well, thank you guys for coming and being here with me. Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons. I think that we got some information out. Miss Ellen. Wawa. My man from downtown. Muscle Son.
Come on.
Come on, that's what I said. I swear I keep saying it. I swear I keep saying it up in here. Thank you guys.
Oh, you will.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons. Let's get down, y'all. Oh, you listen. Go ahead. Somebody cut into this first. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh.
The steam is coming out of it too. And it is a biscuit.
Oh, that's great.
All right, folks, we're out of here. Talk to you.